I don't smell anything. I don't taste anything.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Remember, prepping isn't just for some kind of big end-of-the-world disaster, nuclear war, the zombie apocalypse, whatever you want to call it. Sometimes there's little personal disasters that can hit home. This is something that I think could really come in handy in one of those situations. If your house is on fire, you need a way to breathe and you need to get out of there quick. So yes, respiratory protection is something you should possibly have. Today, we're taking a look at the MIRA Safety CM6M gas mask and their very new special VK530 filter. And I'm going to show it to you and tell you what it's all about, and then we're going to test this thing out. All right, folks, welcome back. So I wanted to take a look at this new filter from MIRA Safety. This is a very unusual filter. It's not your typical, NBC rated, nuclear, biological, chemical, whatever, or poisonous gas rated. This is more designed for smoke and carbon monoxide. In other words, it's kind of like an escape hood without having to keep a separate escape hood there. You can use your existing gas mask ready to go with this filter on it. Now let's open this thing up. Now it did come like that. I didn't rip it open yet. Take a look at this filter. So let's take a look at it here. Here you go. It is a rather large filter. Okay. And don't forget, folks, take that off before you attach it, or you're going to have a real hard time breathing. So you can transform your gas mask into a fully functional multi-use smoke hood with one of these VK530 filters. This will overcome smoke, particulates, along with the high concentrations of carbon monoxide, and will provide hours of protection and clean air from the most common disasters faced by U.S. citizens, which is fire. Let's face it. Your biggest threat is not, say, Russia nuking your house. It's maybe something catching fire in your house and you needing to escape late. Or you being in a wildfire area and needing to get through it and you not choking to death while you're trying to get out. And something like this can transform your gas mask into something that's very useful for that. So this is a proven design, provides comprehensive protection from a wide range of toxic industrial chemicals, smoke, and particulates. Now, these filters can be used in environments with as little as 19.5% oxygen. That's really, really low. So that's definitely handy. It does offer protection against some organic gases and vapors with a boiling point above 65 degrees Celsius. Remember, folks, when your house is burning, when the wildfires are burning outside your door and everybody else's house is burning, maybe yours isn't, maybe your next door neighbor's car is burning, their stash of all their plastic and everything in their house is burning, that stuff's poisonous too, and this will protect you against that as well. All right. So one of the biggest reasons I have this for is, wildfire protection. I'm not really in an area where I would see a lot of wildfires, but it's still a possibility out here, even though we're very flat land, which is not a lot of vegetation, a lot of brush more than anything. It's still a possibility. All right. Last year, 71,000 homes were lost in structure fires. Okay. That's a study from the National Fire Protection Association. So most people don't own any kind of protection or respirators for fire protection. All right. That means that fire poses an immediate threat to you and your family if you don't have something that can get you out of a fire or a house fire, or get you safely to your vehicle, maybe to bug out during a forest fire. Something like this can. You can breathe. You can see what you're doing. That's the greatest thing I like about the mask. And we'll get into the mask in a second, okay? This VK530 filter converts carbon monoxide into CO2, allowing you to breathe it out. That's the cool part about it. Now, this is just one of the few filters that can protect you from carbon monoxide and the risk of smoke inhalation. So you don't have to keep, like I said, an extra use, single-use fire hood on hand. Instead, you got your gas mask already. Just toss the filter on it. And believe me, we are going to test this out. I have some smoke devices that I'm going to be trying in my screened-in patio room in the backyard, and I'm going to have to let everybody know there's no fire in my house, it's just smoke, but I do have fans, and it's all set up safe out there, and I do have water in case it gets to be too much and I want to put it out. So we are going to test this filter out. I'm going to talk quickly about the mask, because we've gone over these masks before, but let me move it over here, then I'll show you what it looks like fitted on my face, and we're going to be trying out a new camera today, too, so go gentle on me if it doesn't look or sound the best. Once we get outside, I'm going to trying out a new, actually a really nice DJI camera. So we're going to be trying that out, and let's get into the mask. So let's quickly take a look at the MIRA Safety CM6M Tactical Gas Mask. This is a full face respirator for CBRN defense. Now, I've already fitted this on myself. I've already put it on my head and tightened it down and got it all set. Now, I have backed it off a little bit so I can put it on. But if you're going to use one of these, don't just keep it in a bag and go, okay, I'm protected. Take the thing out, put it on yourself, fit it, leave it a little loose, so when you can put it on quickly in an emergency, and then you just pull these straps nice and tight and you're good to go. But definitely fit it on your face. Make sure you're comfortable with it. I have a video coming up on how to deal with, I wear magnifiers, that's my prescription. They're like 1.75 magnifier. I have a video coming up on how to deal with glasses if you need them. Again, my vision isn't horrible without them, but sure, it'd be nice to be able to look down a little bit and read or see stuff, a little clearer. So that's coming up in the future. But we are going to talk about this one. This does come with a hydration tube connected to the side here, okay, which is very cool because you're going to get thirsty. It does come with a little bottle on the side here, a little canteen. This will attach right to it through the mask. So you can fill this up with water, obviously non-contaminated water. And you can still have a little drink when you're in there. I'll show you the inside here. This is where the drinking hose is. And you'll just bite down on that. Okay, you can open and close it as needed. So this is a very nice mask, very well made. These things are made of a hypoallergenic inner liner. It prevents fogging, even under hard use. This has been tested for mustard gas penetration for nearly 30 hours. They are helmet compatible, and they're also compatible with Camelback water bladders if you have a Type M adapter for them. Now, these are already used by law enforcement, professional rescue, specialized types of welding and painting applications, agricultural applications. They meet all the requirements for all those things. They comply with all the standards for impact protection, making it perfect for riot control situations as well. So basically, they're made of bromobutyl rubber, okay? And they will protect you and your internal organs, your face, and other respiratory systems from a wide spectrum of toxic industrial chemicals, chemical warfare agents, I should say, including biological, chemical, nuclear threats such as radioactive dust, noxious gas, vaporized pollutants, and more. Now, again, that is it depending on the filter you're using. Today, we're trying to protect from carbon monoxide and smoke. So this is the filter for that, okay? They do sell the CBRN compliant filters, and I have a bunch of those too. I've actually purchased from this company, and I actually trust them. So it's not just here, come look at this, they sent me this is cool. This is stuff I'd use to protect my life in a disaster situation, in an emergency situation. So what we're going to do is connect these together, and remember, they can use two on here if you want. That does come open, but we're just going to connect one here. We're going to try this out and see how it feels. I'm going to give you a look at what I look like in it without, going out into the gas yet. And then I'm going to have a smoke grenade type thing that I'm going to pull. It's actually made by a company here locally in town. Enola Gay, I believe they're called. And we're going to try it out and see how well it works. And see, because I know when I'm in these things before, when I've played with them before, it gets to you after a while. That smoke kind of, you can't breathe. So we're going to try and smoke out the area a little bit and see how well we can go through it. So let's check it out.
All right, so here I am. I'm in the mask. I have the filter on. Hopefully you can hear me. Like I said, again, this is a brand new camera. This is a DJI Pocket 2 camera, and also it's a gimbal. So we're going to light off this smoke device here and see how well we get it. All right, so here we go. And I'm standing right in it. I don't know if you can see me. I don't smell anything. I don't taste anything. It's perfect. Nice and smoky in here. And absolutely no issues. So we're going to let this run a little bit, and I'll give you my final thoughts on it as I walk around and the smoke. Hopefully our neighbors don't call the fire department. But as you can see, it's starting to get pretty smoky in here. So, that's it. Let's try it out. I'll get back to you when I'm done. So you can see, and hopefully you can hear me. I don't know how well this voice box works. But you can see how much smoke is around here. And I'm breathing fine in this thing. Absolutely no problems whatsoever. No issues. The dog across the way there is freaking out though. But I'm doing pretty good, so no issues at all. So let's wrap up the video and get the smoke out of here, and I'll bring you right back.
All right, so we're back inside. I got most of the smoke cleared out. Thankfully, neighbors didn't call the fire department on me. Anyway, I want you to see what you avoided breathing in while, what I avoided breathing in while using this mask. You see that orange kind of tint on there? That's all just the stuff from the little smoke grenade. By the way, that thing worked really well. About 90 seconds worth of smoke. And I did have the water bucket out there. I know water doesn't put them out, but if it caught something else on fire, it was nice to have. So definitely worked well. And that's ready to be used again. Now, I believe it's a 5-year shelf life unopened, about a year open. So you really don't want to mess around with it too much. It's easy enough to take off. Like I will take this off. I'll wipe it up. And you can see actually the orange inside there. Another point to mention about gas masks. If you have one and you think, all right, I got a gas mask, I'm safe. Well, we told you about fitting. I definitely want you to get it fitted. But there's another issue too. And that issue is the fact that you are not used to breathing in a gas mask. Trust me. I go to the gym like every other day, every day sometimes. I do cardio, I do, treadmill and stuff. And even I was like, I had to kind of suck in the air because it's harder to breathe. You're breathing through a smaller tube, so it's harder to breathe. So definitely get yourself conditioned to using one of these. Maybe you can find yourself an old, expired filter, not one of the dangerous ones. There's some old ones that are kind of dangerous, but maybe you can find yourself a cheap one on eBay that's just an old Israeli gas mask filter, and just stick it on there and walk around your neighborhood. Now, I know you're going to look like a weirdo, but, worst comes to worst, if you have a treadmill at home, walk on the treadmill, do your chores in your house with one of these on. Let me tell you something. It takes a while for your lungs to get used to it. I haven't used a gas mask since my last video, actually, and it took a while for me to get conditioned to that. Remember, you're breathing through a lot of layers of stuff here. Okay, so definitely, if you're into some kind of respiratory protection and you're thinking about getting a gas mask, definitely train with it. Practice with it. Get yourself a practice filter. You're not going to be able to breathe as easily as you want to. I did find that the less talking I did, the better it was, because I didn't have to breathe in as much. But I still wanted to give you guys an idea of what was going on. You saw I was standing literally right over that thing, pouring smoke out, and I didn't smell it, and I didn't choke on it or anything. So definitely really good. It did kind of smush up my face a bit and mess up my hair, but you know what, in a survival situation, who cares? You're about staying alive. So definitely cool little system. Their gas masks are extremely well made. You can trust your life to these things. These aren't just, surplus that you're finding on a counter somewhere. These are freshly made in their factory. Police, law enforcement, military all rely on these things. And I will put a link down below because this is a first for them. This is the first time they put one of these filters together. And this is a special combined filter to get rid of smoke and carbon monoxide so you can breathe. And let me tell you, if I was standing over that thing without the gas mask and filter on, I would have been choking my brains out. I've played with those before and accidentally done them off and you're too close to me and it's like, ugh, and the smell is kind of weird too. Now, I know the fumes are safe because they're made for paintball. That's what this company in Oligay does. They make them for paintball. So I know the fumes are safe, but, still, you don't want to stand over and inhale all that. I'm still, after I took the mask off and I was kind of using my little thing there to blow the air out, I was still blowing that orange stuff out of my nose from the smoke. So it's not something you want to breathe in every day. But I can say that while I was wearing it, in the midst of all that smoke, you saw how smoky it was out there, I was perfectly safe and didn't even notice it or taste it or smell it. Other than having to breathe in a little heavier because, again, your body's not used to that, having to suck all that air in. So that is the new filter, the new VK 530 filter, okay? It is a smoke and carbon monoxide filter, okay? And, of course, their CM6M gas mask with the drinking tube attachment. Very, very handy. For folks that like to drink water, it kind of gets to be a habit. That's probably going to be a lifesaver because I won't try to slip off my mask in the middle of some kind of gas attack somewhere. Definitely cool stuff. I will leave links down below if you're interested in checking this stuff out. Remember, this stuff isn't cheap, okay? It's not cheap. You have to ask yourself, what is your life worth? If you're in a house fire and you need to get out of that house fire, is $89 for a filter how bad? Heck no, you just saved your life. So you have to ask yourself those questions. I know that'll kind of be something that people will be like, oh, I've heard that before, but it really is legit. Another thing I wanted to mention that MIRA Safety does have now is gas mask bags. And these are they'll strap on your leg, like a drop leg holster. Okay, and you can put your gas mask and your filter in there. They do have a little bit of Velcro for patches. If you want to, if you want to get these for everybody in your family and have your names on them, that's a good idea. Once they're fitted, you want to make sure that, Bobby grabs his one and Susie grabs her one, and you don't want them messing around with it at the last minute. So definitely cool stuff. I will leave you links down below where you can pick all this stuff up. Definitely good stuff, really well made. I no longer have to worry about, is my, surplus from the 70s Israeli gas mask good enough? I know I have MIRA safety gas masks, and I know they're top of the line. Good stuff. Anyway, folks, thanks for joining me today. Don't forget to check out the links down below for this stuff here. And of course, our Amazon affiliate store, if you're interested in checking out any of our gear that we use in the channel. If not, just click that link and shop as you normally would. We really do appreciate when you do that. Freeze Dry Wholesalers link, save 15% with my link. Get stocked up on food now before those panics hit, because they're coming. Don't forget our My Patriot Supply link. Remember, you got a 2-week kit on there for $127. 2 weeks worth of food. 3 meals a day, 2,000 calories each. Definitely check them out. Good way to get stocked up or to build on your plan already for your food preparedness. And of course, our Thrive Life link. Anyway, folks, I thank you for watching. Stay safe and stay prepared.